All right, what's going on, y'all? It's Keith and Kiera, and we are Keke's Key. And today, we coming at y'all at the dinner table. We eating some fish tacos. You know, my beautiful future wife here, my twin flame. You know, the love of my life, the soul in my heart. She ended up making these beautiful and delicious fish tacos, and I'm tearing it up, y'all. I'm tearing it up. I'm telling you, I just got off of work, and I was hungry. So when I came through the door and I smelled this, and then she had some chips with salsa on the side, yo.
Look, we've been talking about these tacos for like the past few days.
Yeah. So we ended up. So all right. So listen, y'all can't laugh at us. All right. Y'all can't laugh at us. So we've been. So I had the brilliant idea to be like, yo, we should cut out a lot of meat out of our diet or whatever. And I was like, maybe we could just like eat meat for like 2 days out of the week, Wednesday and Sunday, right? Bruh. And so now we still keeping a lot of meat out of our diet. We not eating like land-based animals and stuff, but like we are going to continue to eat like seafood because seafood is ours. Yeah,
exactly.
It's our love, yo. So I came up with that stupid idea. And, today, she was just like, oh, yeah, today is Wednesday. We can eat meat, right? And I was like, I just remember we probably only followed the plan for like 2 days. And I was just like, yeah, I texted her back. I was like, babe, I don't know how I'm going to feel about eating, like getting rid of meat altogether. I was like, we're going to have to at least reevaluate. Yeah, we're going to have to reevaluate. We're going to have to be able to eat seafood at least every day, man. Every day. But anyways, I came home and the food was smelling good, and now I'm just eating. I can't keep a smile off my face, because it's good. You see her stuff in her face. She can't even let me finish talking before she put food in her mouth.
I'm hungry too.
But anyways, so the topic for today, when I came home, she was watching a movie, watching a video.
Series.
It's a series on Netflix called, what is it?
The Ultimatum.
The Ultimatum. And can you give them a rundown about what that series is about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow.
So basically, you have these couples who have issued their partner an ultimatum to get married. They've been dating for a while, and now one of the two parties wants to get married. So what it is the couples actually switch partners for 3 weeks to see if they truly want to be with the person who issued the ultimatum or not, or if they feel like they can build another connection with somebody else. So when Babe came in, we're always having these conversations, you guys. I asked him, what did he think about ultimatums? So that's been our topic today. So in my opinion, you guys, ultimatums do not work. And I want to say I learned this firsthand by experience. I was married before, and I did issue an ultimatum, and they do not work. I just feel like they don't work because you don't know what your partner's intent is behind you issuing this ultimatum. Do they really actually want to marry you, or are they doing it just to keep you? In my case, it was done for me just to keep me, and then later on, you pay for that.
So basically, how I feel, and I have like a cousin of mine that will vouch for me. He's like a little brother to me, right? His name is Javon. If he ever see this video, he'll probably smile. But my cousin will be the first one to tell you, yo, you ain't gonna make Markeith do anything that he don't want to do. Like that's not happening, right? So a lot of people, they'll probably be like, oh yeah, that's stubborn. Oh, you just stubborn, blah, 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 whatever. Nah, I beg to differ. Being able to set a boundary for people or whatever and stick to that is freeing. It's not stubborn. A lot of people, we're so conditioned to be in a prison mindset, giving an ultimatum to somebody is like putting them in a prison. Because somebody, like, we're naturally good people. Like, everybody is naturally a good person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care if you do a lot of bad things, you still naturally are a good person at heart. So even, these people that cheat on people, or people that end up, being verbally abusive and all that different type of stuff or whatever, why do you think that they stayed in that relationship so long in the first place? It's because they don't want to leave somebody. They don't want to, be the person to break somebody's heart. But because you gave them that ultimatum and you didn't allow them to choose you, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they might have chose, you know what I'm saying? But they chose based off of constraint.
Exactly.
And, force. You had their back up against the wall. And you know what they say about the dog. If you back a dog up against a wall and you keep poking them with a stick, eventually that dog gonna bite.
Exactly.
So for me, I don't think that ultimatums work out because of the simple fact that, nobody's ever really choosing, like, think of it like this. Let me break it down like this, right? So when you give somebody an ultimatum, you're literally giving them a lose-lose situation. This is how I broke it down to Kiera, right? Imagine, in my head, I'm sitting here and I'm saying, all right, I want to wait a year to make sure that I actually want to be with this person. Like, I want to give it a year to see if this person is compatible with me through various scenarios, whether or not, we can get along, or we going to start arguing a lot, or if she just does something that just, ruffles my feathers or whatever. I want to give it 12 months, 365 days, right? That's the, the analytical, part of, a male psyche, right? Now, let's say I say that to, my significant other. And then at first she agrees to that and be like, okay, I'll give it a year. But in her mind, she's like, I ain't finna wait no damn year. You know what I'm saying? So then we progress past 4 months or whatever, not even halfway down the year. And then, she ends up coming to, said man, which is me, and be like, all right, it's been 4 months. I don't know how long how long you need to wait. You should know what you want by now. You're either going to choose me or I leave, right? That's the ultimatum. So in that situation, for that man, which is me, right? You just gave me a lose-lose situation because my original goal was to wait 365 days in order to evaluate this whole situation properly so that mistakes are not made, right? I can't do that because now you're cutting me off short and you're telling me I need to make a decision now, right? So now I don't get to do my analysis. I don't get to, see whether or not we're compatible for real. And you want to rush me into something that I'm not ready for. So I'm losing because I'm not getting what I initially, bargained for. And then I'm also losing because you putting me in a situation, you're putting the other option as you're leaving, which that's also something that I don't want. Like, just because I'm not ready to commit to you just yet does not mean that I don't value getting to know you. I don't value getting to, figure out whether or not this is a relationship that I want to be in or pursue. So the fact that you're cutting me off, you put me in a lose-lose situation. So as a man, and this is where a lot of men go wrong, they choose the better part, where at least I can keep her and still get to know her, whether or not I like her or not, or whether I'm ready for it or not. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I will grow to love her, right? That's where a lot of men make the mistake. But for me, no, I'm not making that mistake. I've never, ever in my life made that mistake. And if you ever find any of my exes, ask them. Ask them. So for me, my cousin will tell you, if I don't want to do it, I will pick the poison that hurts both of us. So you tell me I either choose you or you leave, well, then we both gonna be pissed. deuces, right? Because at the end of the day, for whatever reason, my intuition has always told me as a man, don't ever let anybody peer pressure you into anything you don't want to do.
Don't be pushing these men, y'all. Don't push them. I think it's okay to have boundaries for your own self. However, like I give my own self ultimatums. If I don't feel like things are going well or in a good direction, I might say, okay, I don't see that things are working out like I would want to. So if things don't seem like they're on a track that I'm comfortable with within a year, then I may have to let this person go. So I think that's just a part of setting boundaries, and maybe just setting an ultimatum for yourself. But I don't think that you should give those to other people.
Yeah, definitely not. Like, it's like she said, it's very natural for you to, analyze a situation. Like, what she was just telling you is exactly like my mindset. It's like, I give it a certain period of time, and then I'll know whether or not it's a yay or a nay.
Exactly.
And
you have to make decisions based off of your self-awareness about your own self and the qualities that you're looking for. I think a lot of women get caught up in letting a man choose them and making sure that they have wifely qualities. But you have to ask yourself too, like, is this somebody who I can consider a husband? Does he possess qualities that I can see as a husband? If not, and you're just chasing after the fact of being married, you're going to be disappointed when you get married.
So with all of that being said, that kind of leads me into a question like in this process of like giving yourself an ultimatum and like giving yourself a time frame to really analyze, like how important are red flags and noticing them and actually responding properly to them. Because I know a lot of people end up experiencing these red flags and ignoring them, thinking that maybe I can change it or maybe it'll get better with time. So I know you've been married before. I've never been married, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a spring chicken out here. But you've been married. You've been through the worst of it. I mean, I don't want to put your business out there and anything like that or whatever. But I mean, what is your thoughts on like those red flags and how important is it for women? Not only just women, but men too, but especially women to like recognize that and act appropriately on them.
I think it's very important to recognize red flags. If it just gives you some type of unease in the very beginning, more than likely that's going to give you unease down the line. And you had a sign from the very beginning. But I think a lot of people, they get so caught up and blinded by all the good stuff that they like about the person that they miss all the red flags. And they miss following that intuition. And I think that you really have to be in touch with yourself and really follow your intuition about people.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, exactly what she said. I know I'm definitely one of those people that, deliberately ignored red flags in my past. That's not just, like I said, it's not just a woman thing. That's not just a thing that women do. Men do it too. And on our side of the fence, it's mostly because of the booty. It's mostly because of the smile.
It's the beauty.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's because of the beauty and the booty. Men is going to ignore those red flags every single time. Whether she has a mouth on her that's disrespectful, whether she disrespects your mother, she disrespects your sister, she can't get along with your family. What else? Like she destroys your property. Whatever the case may be, lies on you, gets you put in jail, whatever. A man will keep going back into that cycle every single time because, man, that coochie is fire. You know what I'm saying? She crazy, dog. She crazy as hell, but, man, when I tell you she a freak in them sheets, that's what be so important to men. But they don't understand that their peace and tranquility is far more valuable than what's in between that woman's legs or what's in her shirt or what's in her skirt. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, like on the male side of the fence, man, y'all got to recognize those red flags, look past the ass and see them red flags. I'm telling you.
And women, all I can say is run. run very fast. Run very fast when you see those red flags, because it is a warning sign. I can't think of anybody who maybe I dated in the past who, where it was a bad breakup where I did not see red flags in the very beginning, and you go back and like, dang, I should have saw that. I seen this coming.
Because one of the things is being, when you tapped in to the Most High, and we told you that we are definitely we are followers of Christ. We are followers of the Most High, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So when you're tapped into that force, the God force, you always gonna have spiritual intuition. That little voice that's in your head, that be telling you to do the right thing, or be telling you, hey, you should watch out for this.
Watch out.
I'm telling you.
Look.
I'm telling you, that is a good warning for a good reason.
Right.
So being able to
you pray about the person and God say no, you better run.
Having discernment.
You have some discernment.
You know what I'm saying? Having discernment, man. Like, I'm telling you, God is never going to steer you wrong. And, everything that God tells you is only for your own good. Now, you might, because we are of the world and we're so lost, we all are so lost, trying to have what, everybody else has. Or you looking on social media and you see this one couple or whatever, and you identify them as this is probably going to date us, but you remember back in the day, we used to obsess over like that term power couple.
Yeah. Trying to be a power couple.
You know what I'm saying? So people be obsessing over that so much that they just ignore red flags because they see this person as this ideal candidate towards that thing.
That image.
And that right there is nothing but lusty behavior. It's all lust. Even if you're not the person that likes sex that much or whatever the case may be, you still looking at that man's abs. You still looking at that girl's butt. You still, whatever the case may be, you looking at them kind of like a business exchange, like where you like, oh,
what can I get
you're
out
gonna
of
look, you're gonna look good next to me. You're going to, make people, look at me a certain way because I'm in a relationship. People are going to admire me because of my relationship, whatever the case may be. You're thinking external about this whole situation, and then it becomes an exchange. It becomes an exchange of services versus an actual act of love. So you got to be careful of that. And you have to know when it is that God is giving you those signs to exit. You know what I'm saying? Because when it don't feel right, it ain't tight. I'm telling you. So you got to learn to not ignore those red flags, and definitely do not think that you can force somebody into loving you. That is not the answer. Love don't work that way. I mean, even when it comes down to like movies and TV shows, like all the movies and TV shows that has like witches and warlocks and all that different type of stuff. Oh, look at you. Messing up our video. But anyways, all those movies that got witches and warlocks and fairies and all that different type of stuff, like that's magical and all that different stuff. Like those movies, they always say one thing similar. Our powers are great, but we don't have no power to control love. I'm just going to I'm going to let that sit in your head for a little bit. But anyways, this was a freaking banger. I feel like, we dropped some gems in this video. Again, we are here to try to guide the youth and the people, not even just the youth. I mean, we going all up and down the spectrum of education when it comes down to realizing yourself, self-awareness, spirituality, and true love, because we want everybody to be able to find their way and navigate through this stuff in the most healthy way that you possibly can, so that you're less damaged and have less work to fix yourself in the future before you're able to find your true love. Me and her, I mean, we recently just went through a whole 2-year cycle of figuring out how to fix the damages that have been broken in us for 30 years, you know? So now we got to a point where we can actually, you know, be in a healthy relationship and communicate with healthy intent. And I mean, it's a beautiful thing. And I want to be able to share that type of experience with everybody. So that's why we're here. And, you know, we're just happy to help. We're happy to help the community. You can find us on social media platforms. We're on TikTok as Keke.is.we. So Keke is we. We're on Instagram under the same thing. We're on Facebook as Keke's Key. Same thing as YouTube. So man, follow us and tap into us on all of the platforms and keep receiving this knowledge, man, because all we're trying to do is make sure that your sons and your daughters are able to go through and navigate this sea of love the right way, instead of having to go through the wrong way in order to eventually find the right way. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I'm curious to see what you guys want to talk about and what you think about ultimatums and if they actually work for you.
Definitely. But all right, you guys, we ain't trying to keep it too long. We'll catch y'all in the next video when we got another topic to talk about. We just be watching stuff. We be watching stuff and getting ideas, man. And we about to finish up eating, you know, because we stopped eating. That's how you know we love y'all. That's how you know we love y'all, because we some foodies for real. And we stopped
Anybody who know.
Right.
Anybody who know us.
We stopped eating our dinner just to be able to deliver this message. So y'all better hit that like button. You better hit that subscribe button. And you better hit that notification bell, because if I had to starve myself for this message and y'all ain't do neither one of the or, we gonna have some problems. For real. I'm just saying. Like,
Get back to my
I'ma
taco.
sick her on you. She worse than me.
Hey, you don't want to meet hangry.
All right, y'all. And then we'll see y'all in the next one. It's been Keke's Key, and
Bye,
we
y'all.
out.